Hey guys, welcome to the Toy Chest. I am Dante, and your eyes do not deceive you. Yes, this is a little nun. So, just continuing with some old customized toys I made back in the day. I want to show this old one I made. This is like a prototype if you think about it. It is a solid sculpture of a little nun. I took a toy, knockoff Barbie doll, kind of Polly Pocket figurine. I don't know what it was. I sculpted this big, curly-bodied, full-bodied nun costume around it. Even gave her a little first aid kit. She's a nun that travels around and helps people on their way. Kind of like those old movies where they show like a wounded soldier going to like a nunnery and there's always like a nurse who just knows everything. That's what she is. And I mind you, it's like a prototype. So it's really simple, complete box-like. And what this really is a pretender. Now, it's no secret that I love my Transformers and I love weird, obscure Transformers. So for those of you who don't know, Pretenders was a short-lived line of Transformers where we had a really cool action figure, sometimes a person in a spacesuit or battle armor, something really bulky. And inside was a little Transformer that would transform and roll around and do its regular transforming stuff. Now, the big thing was this. In the cartoons, Pretenders, well, they look like humans, but were the size of Transformers. Of course, the toys never did that. The toys were like always like this big in comparison. So here's a little robot next to a human, and you have to pretend the robot was the size of a regular Transformer. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and make a Transformer where in the end, it was bigger than the Pretender. So let's get started. First, we're going to separate the nun in two. You can see a little Lego figurine in there used to hold the base together. And the whole thing is Sculpey. It's a bakeable clay. So I'll explain that later. But right here is a knockoff. Once again, everything's all knockoff, cheap knockoffs, of Optimus Prime from the Michael Bay movies. Gave him a new paint job. I added these big gasoline canisters to the back of him. So wherever he goes, he has these gasoline canisters. He has a mounted laser gun and a mounted rubber knife with some metal detail. And he's meant to be, or rather she, it's meant to be a girl, but she is meant to be a first aid station. So she's a truck that drives around. I basically added the pieces, even give it a spotlight on top. I don't know how clear that comes out with the white background, but there's a little spotlight on top. Wrapped it in plastic and then molded this around it. That way I could get as close to the shape as I needed. So we're going to put the nun to the side for now. Bye-bye, nun. And just transform it. Split the front half. Bring it up. Top half splits open. And rotates. And the legs rotate up. Now, in the original toy, that was it. That's the foot. But I added actual feet to it rather than just a big block at the bottom. So you have these little robot feet. You have these canisters that sit high up. Oh. And if I could just rotate the hip to work. There we go. So there's Optimus Prime. Or rather, this character who people have named Nunsense. That's right. Not nonsense, Nunsense. That's the name fans have given this character after I put up online. Very wasp kind of waist, which is why I think it works as a female character, even though it has broad shoulders. And she will stand if she lets me. Come on now. So that's Nunsense. Oh, sorry, Nunsense. Nunsense, first aid medic, field medic, drives around, transforms, and gives people the love and attention they need. And, oh, good job. There we go. Nunsense actually stands bigger than the Pretender. So that was it. That was my whole entire goal. Just to make a Transformer toy and when it transforms, was bigger than its original Pretender shell. And yeah, the Pretender shell is kind of fat, kind of bulky. She's meant to be a nun. You know, she's not meant to be like a model, supermodel. So she can have a little bit of junk in the trunk if she wanted to. The feet are obviously just thin pieces of plastic. They look better from the side, of course, but they give that extra stance I need. And the shoulders just look massive. I love these shoulders. And there's a little first aid symbol. I grabbed 2 of these from a store when I could, so I might do a second one with better detail in the future and redo the nun Pretender shell with a bit more detail as well. But yeah, just wanted to show you something that was, you know, a step forward for me when I did it years back. But I intend to redo it in the future. Come on, stand up for me now. Anyway, I intend to redo it in the future, make it look a bit nicer, and maybe even give her shell some articulation. And that's it, guys. As always, like, subscribe if you want to see more silly things like this. If you have ideas for crazy customizations in the future. And I hope to bring you more in the future as well, especially newer works. I'll still be showing some older works just to fill up my video library. I'm Dante. This has been The Toy Chest, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. And just to toss it in there, here's a quick concept drawing of the characters side by side.